Put your red shirt on and a brown coat too. Everybody's joining the crew. We got just one drink that we rule them all. Hope Flug remember your thoughts. At your Ulu hammers and your Middle Earth guns. A sonic screwdriver or a sword plus one. Use Valerian steel if it will get you to come. To the pit tank. To the pit tank. The Rocky Mountain pit tank.
Hi, I'm Troy,
Hi, I'm Alex.
and this is Rocky Mountain Geek Tank, your another show without Guy again. So who knows what we'll say? How you been, Alex?
Been doing all right. Been doing all right.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yep. For a moment, I was like, if Alex doesn't show up, what am I going to do?
Sorry, I
Yeah.
was hip deep in wrapping up a side quest in God of War Ragnarok season.
Oh, nice.
So,
Hi, Brent.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm almost done. I'm almost done.
I figured
So,
if you weren't going to make it, you would have told me.
and
But I know sometimes stuff happens. I'm like, how quickly can I get um oh OBS, that's what it's called. How quickly can I get that set up so I can like live cast a video game?
right.
And it's like I didn't have a lot of confidence in my IT tech to be able to do that.
All right. Well, yeah, no, it's still loving God of War. It's lots of fun. Some fun character interactions going on where I'm at in the game, so that's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I like a very good game. As we were kind of talking about it last night, I understand that some people don't like the direction that the God of War games went character wise, but I don't think that you could actually it'd be really hard to tell this story fresh with a character that was not established. You'd have to try to get a multi-game deal. You'd have to hope that it hit well and had lots of people interested in it. And that's not quality is not the necessarily the mark of popularity.
Yeah.
In many things, my old guitar instructor was a phenomenal rock guitarist. Man, he never made it big. So
Yeah, there's extremely talented people that if you're not in the right place at the right time, you're not known by the world. So.
Right? Yeah. How did Catan go last night?
I'm cursed of winning.
Oh no.
Because like when it started, the first 3 rounds, I'm like, oh good, I'm doing horribly. I'm probably not going to win. So, and then all of a sudden the numbers started coming up, and I figured it was the shirt I was wearing because I unintentionally built multiple settlements. Settlements produce, I'm sorry, cities produce double what settlements produce. So I had them surrounding this area with a sheep production that was on 2 6-sided dice. Only it produces on a 4. So the lower the number, you try to avoid those because everybody rows and you can get stuff on anybody's turn. And Lexi wrote a 4, and then Mariah wrote a 4, and I'm just like, look, I've got 50 sheep kind of thing. So,
Right. The sheep army comes for thee.
mm-hmm.
Ask not whom the sheep bleats for. The sheep bleats for you.
Yep. It was fun. There's a point where Lexi said, I hate this game. And then when we finished, she's like, I want to play again. I'm like, no, you said you hated it. We're not playing again.
Right.
Right. Do you do any of the Cyber Monday stuff?
No. Now I did do a little bit of shopping for did I already mention getting Princeless?
The name sounds familiar, but I'm not sure if that's just because you were talking about it, not that you were getting it.
Okay, yeah. So the child is in the bath right now. I can hear the water running. So, one of the presents I got them was there's a comic book series named Princeless, and it starts off with the main character complaining that all their sisters have been tossed into towers, being guarded by dragons and such and monsters, and that's not going to be for her. And then as soon as she hits whatever birthday she hits for it, the next page is she's trapped in a tower
Oh,
with the dragon guarding her, and she befriends the dragon and uh, taking some of the dead knights' armor and and armaments, goes off on a quest to um, rescue her siblings.
mhm,
And so I'd gotten my daughter the first two quite a while ago. The first one probably 2 years ago. I mean, the second one like last year. And this year I'm like, you know what? It's time to get all of them. So I got the books 3 through 9. They
nice.
came in. I actually bought most of them over at we're in Denver, so the Mile High Con Superstore. They did not have all of them though. So I did go online for those. And then what I wound up buying, I was also like, hey, this is cool, but especially since my child, she does love Norse and Greek mythology. So there was a really cool series of trade paperback graphic novels back in the 90s, named The Olympians or something like that.
Hmm,
And it's each book focuses on a different god, and there's like 12 of them. And so I wound up getting those, ordering those. They should be here, about like I think later this week. All 12 were a very reasonable price, like $90 or something.
hmm.
Um, so and like because we've read many of them from the library, and then as to tie into God of War, I've been playing the. I asked my child if she wanted me to play them, and like I said, I want to play this game, and so I was like, and so we really liked the first one. They were playing the second one. Sorry, we really like the 2018 version. Now we're playing God of War Ragnarok, and she wound up. I was like, before I got to Ragnarok, I was like, they've mentioned that he's got this story, and I've told you a few things, where he's Atreus is a Greek name, Kratos is a Greek word, um, and so the original games are he's in Greece. Do you want me to play those? She goes, yeah, but beat Ragnarok first.
Hmm.
And then there's some DLC called Valhalla, which is also off of the Ragnarok version, and it actually delves into Kratos's past.
Hmm.
Like him and his son are adventuring, and these things come up, and they came up a little bit when you were in the previous game, the 2018 game too. So it's like, interesting. So I'll probably beat Ragnarok, and I did purchase God of War 1 and 2 remastered for the PS3, and I did purchase God of War 3 remastered for the PS4. So we'll play through those, and then we'll get back to Ragnarok and see or go back to Valhalla, so that way you can see the differences in the character and all that stuff, and there's different perspectives on his life. There's a really interesting character moment where he's talking to the companion is Freya, and she's like, tell me about some enemies that you fought in the past. And he's like, well, why? And she's like, well, maybe I'll get some insights into how you approach combat, and I can better support you, and da 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 da. Because she's Queen of the Valkyries, and she's a badass. And he's like talking like, oh, there's Medusa, the Queen of the Gorgons, whose gaze could turn you to stone, and the way that you could kill the Gorgons would be to have a mirror, a reflective surface, so that way they would turn their stone gaze upon themselves, or you could cut their heads off. And she goes, well, which one did you choose? And he's like, I like the hard way. And there's like little character moments like that, which are it's really enjoyable.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like the title. I was looking at the Princess stuff here. I like the titles. Save yourself, get over yourself.
Hmm.
Or the Pirate Princess, be yourself, make yourself part two, find yourself, princesses, and then love yourself. So clearly, it's got some good messaging in there too.
Yeah, like we read a few of them from the library, and the third one, the Pirate Princess, is definitely there's actually a spin-off comic about the Pirate Princess, and there's several of those out too. So depending on how much
Hey,
she
Bob.
likes the Pirate Princess, I might get those for her birthday or something. So
Neat.
yeah.
Yeah, I was also looking at the God of War franchise because, like I said, I only played one. I might have started two. I don't remember, but
Hmm.
it goes. Yeah, it's interesting because God of War 2. Then it goes
There's a bunch of
Betrayal.
PSP ones. Yeah,
Yeah,
PSP
Chains
and
of
PS Vita.
then 3. Yeah, so I could see why they wanted to remaster them since technology is way better now than
Yeah, and like,
what
and even so, like,
2005. Yeah,
yeah,
just when it came out.
yeah. The first God of War game, I mean, it was for PS. The first two are for PS2. The third one was like a PS3, almost like a premier PS3 title. But it was really funny because like the PS3 didn't come out for. I mean, I don't remember like the release dates of the God of War 2 and the PS3, but I remember like the Penny Arcade guys had a really interesting take on it in the comic, but also like a lot of people were saying it's like, God, why bother with a next gen system right now? God of War 2 is amazing, and it was. And I remember like the Penny Arcade has a comic, and it's like, hey, what you playing? Oh, it was like, is that the new God? Is that the new God of War? Holy crap! What's going on? He's like, oh well, I'm having a running battle with the Colossus of Rhodes, wielding a sword given to me by the King of the Gods himself. And it's like, oh my God, are you at the end of the game? They're like, what the hell? I thought you just got this. Is like, is this kind of fucking joke? And he's like, no, every other game is. And he goes, no, this is the beginning of the game. It's like every other gaming console is a joke, and God of War is the punchline. And it's like, yeah, it was astoundingly good for the time.
Hmm.
It's sort of like how people nowadays, you can still see people posting around on the internet like, oh my God, can you believe Arkham City is, or yeah, Arkham Knight is so beautiful, this game came out X number of years ago, blah 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 blah. And it's like, well, the dev team on that basically said they were like, or whatever Unreal Engine they were on at the time, and they were like, well, this was like, we were using a heavily modded version of the best Unreal Engine at the time, and it's basically like, if it was like Unreal Engine 9, it's like Unreal Engine 9.75. So as systems have become more powerful, or more easily more powerful, cheaply or less expensively more powerful, people can just put those sliders to the max on Arkham Knight, and it still looks amazing.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Cool. I only been doing Cyber Monday stuff with Miniature Market, which I buy stuff from there all the time anyway.
Oh yeah. So you
Um,
get like a grab bag for like $2 or something, or
it's the new they like to like, here's another 10 items we just added for sale. Next hour we'll do another 10 items just to keep people interactive.
right?
And it's I forgot the name of the thing I got. It's not the basic book for Spelljammer, but it's like in the Spelljammer series. Um
Spelljammer.
the price is what it suckered me into it. Plus it's 5e.
Oh, I didn't realize they made a 5e Spelljammer. Oh my God. Like, I kept on having dreams of playing Hackmaster and Hackjammer, and like even like it was too much getting through those rules. I'm like, there's no way my friends are gonna want to get through this, because it is crazy. Oh, Halo Flashpoint. Yeah, I've heard good things about that one. Heard really good things about Flashpoint as a really nice like a really nice introductory um, turn-based battle game.
Can I get to it? Back up. I think it's sold out. That's why I can't get to it this way. But
Poop.
let's try doing it like this. All right. I'm not looking to buy it. I just want a description of it. All right, sure, that'll work. But it's it's the 5e Spelljammer Adventures in Space campaign collection. So it's 3 books with a GM screen, and it was Cyber Monday. Insane Deal was where to go.
Well, if we go to
it was $20
right.
for 3 D&D books.
Well, yeah, there you go.
So
yeah, it was gosh, if we did any Spelljammer, I'd have to learn how to play and sing a song named Blue Boat Home. No, it's a great song. It really is. But yeah.
So yeah, I guess it's more of like the DM's guide to Spelljammer. And so one of the books is that. The other book is Astro Adventurer's Guide. So it tells you about a bunch of the magic spells and items and stuff in the universe.
Hmm.
And the other one presents game statistics and descriptions for over 60 creatures found in the wild space and astral sea. So, it could have been one book of 5e for 20
For
bucks.
$20, that's a
And I would have,
screaming deal.
yeah. So for a set, I'm like, yeah, all right, I'll get it. I don't know if I'll ever run it, but it'll be fun to read anyway.
Just rub it in Guy's face. I
Yeah.
know how much you love starships. Here we are in fantasy role-playing spaceships. Ha! Suck it.
And then I picked up. They had a board game of the adaptation of the video game Worms,
Oh yeah.
and my kids love playing that. And the minis looked fun. We'll probably have to house rule some stuff because when I was reading the reviews, they said it was a little too chaotic and random. Because when you try to shoot somebody, you roll, and just like in the video game, if you were learning to play it, you could shoot yourself. But so there's not as much skill because when you play the video game, you develop the skill to not blow yourself up.
Mm-hmm.
So, Halo Flashpoint. I didn't play very many of the Halo series. It gave me a little bit of that motion sickness.
Okay. Yeah, the Halo Flashpoint, from my understanding, it's a really good translation of like Halo, the video game, as a turn-based combat tabletop game. And like including things like, if you're playing in an arena on like on a free-for-all kind of fight. Thank you, Squad Mini War Game. It's not my milieu, so I lack some of the language, but it's like semi-random or even sometimes pick your own spawn point. So it's like, you just been ganked, you've just been killed, and you can sit there and like spawn like in a completely unexpected area and come at them, and like that's cool.
Yeah, looks interesting. I pulled it up so I could see it. It's got some 8-siders and some special D6s with different symbols on them.
Mm-hmm.
I got the Street Fighter game, by the way, on Dan's recommendation.
Which Street Fighter game?
It's the what's it called? It's got these really awesome already painted miniatures, which
okay.
It's not that I didn't get it because they were painted. It's just they're of larger scale. They're almost twice the size of the scale of a normal D&D miniature. And so you pick your fighter, and you get your own deck of cards specific to that fighter.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a co-op mode where you can work against an AI villain, or you guys can just duke it out and fight each other.
Mm-hmm.
See if I can find, but I saw it and I was watching it a while back, and I thought the price looked really good. And I'm like, "Hey Dan, have you heard of this?" He's like, "It's a great game. You should get it. I regret not getting the Kickstarter."
Oh, nice. Oh, cool.
So I'm hoping to get more video game board games so we can have this more crossover between the dojo and the arcade.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Cool. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, we had we for Thanksgiving we played a few rounds of Really Loud Librarians.
That's a great title.
Which is a fun game. We tried we got it and we tried to play it just like the three of us here at home, and it really does behoove to have teams of at least 3 people on each team, maybe even 4. And it was a lot of fun. You can always go Google it if you want. It's yelling out words that start with a certain letter that go around a track doing this type of thing. And
so I found this.
Oh, cool.
Whoops, can I zoom in? Get away! Go away! Go away!
Nope. Ads by Google.
So, yeah, so you can see a D6 next to them, so it gives you an idea of the scale.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, but Dan knows his stuff, so I'm like, yeah, if you recommend it,
yeah.
It's Really Loud Librarians.
Yeah, Really Loud Librarians, and then it was really funny. Like we were talking about something, and I brought up Fist of the North Star. This is at home, and my daughter has no idea what I'm talking about, which is fine. And my wife goes, "Oh, I think you guys need to watch some Fist of the North Star tomorrow." I'm like, no. We'll get to that, but right now we're like almost done with Ranma. We're in season 7 of original Ranma, And we finally got to the Shishi Hokodan episodes with Ryoga. And yay! So, who cares for the rest of the show? But yeah, no, I do love Fist. I will absolutely show that to my kid, at least some things.
You had a game that you told me about a while back that I wanted to play. Next party, it was you're like trying to make a movie and you're rolling dice.
Yes, roll camera. I brought that to Friendsgiving last night, but of course, we didn't have a lot of time to do lots of the gaming. But no, yeah, it's a cool game. Yeah.
Well, I would say bring it Friday, but we're going to be doing nothing but singing.
We're going to be singing. Yeah. And my wife wants to go and stuff. So we're going to try to get some good duets and stuff going on and group sing. And yeah. But no, no, roll camera is pretty cool. It's definitely a passion. It was definitely somebody's passion project. It's, but it's like, we actually wound up winning our first time out because some of it's just down to luck. Like what pieces do you have? And I'm like, there's no way we can try to make like an award-winning movie out of this. We have to go for broke and go for it's so bad it's good. And I convinced the rest of the players, it's a cooperative game, to do just that. And we did. So it's like, yay.
Nice.
And then yeah, that was cool.
So mentioning karaoke reminded me that because it is Cyber Monday, I wanted to go see how much a set of speakers would be.
Oh, yeah.
So I could upgrade the kit that I'm borrowing, so I wouldn't be borrowing a kit anymore. I'll have my own thing.
Oh.
And I'll stop shutting off randomly.
That'd be nice. I didn't know you were borrowing that. My bad.
Yeah, this is being borrowed. I mean, the person who loaned it is Tara's friend, and she hasn't needed it for anything. So it's just sort of been living at our house. But every time we hook it up, there's always some step that I forget. And I have to go back through the 50 steps of it.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty funny. So in playing God of War Valhalla, you do get Freya as a companion. And I'm looking at her skill trees you can, throw experience points into. And one of them is like, Vanir magic for poisoning enemies and binding them with vines and stuff. I'm like, okay. Other one is like these different types of arrows you can get and and then there's Valkyrie tree and I'm like, that one. Just that one, thanks. We'll get the other ones later. Yeah.
Started watching Agatha All Along.
Okay.
Which is the follow-up to WandaVision.
Okay.
I really like how it starts, but because I've seen WandaVision, I knew what was going on right away. Whereas if you had seen nothing and came into this, it would be very confusing. I'm pretty sure. Let's see. Oh, Lego Horizon Adventures.
Ooh.
Is that like...
Never heard of it.
There's been so many failed Lego games where they tried to do like the massive multiplayer online type thing, and it bombed within like a year.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the Horizon? It is the Horizons based off of Horizon. I see.
Horizon Zero Dawn Lego.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it is.
I don't know about that.
Got redhead with a bow. So,
yeah.
I mean, the other Lego games like Lego Indiana Jones and stuff were decent. So
yeah. Yeah, I actually I really enjoyed Horizon Zero Dawn, but I also don't really have any desire to play the second one. Just, I don't know.
I don't know if our sponsors are doing any Cyber Monday stuff or not. I was trying to see if I could figure that out. But either way, I'm going to talk about them because they're our sponsors.
I suppose.
Yeah, I suppose. So Geek Tank is sponsored by Kieran Games, Geekway Homes, the Massage Wizard, and
Tu madre.
Tu Padre.
Tu madre.
Tu Padre. Your mother.
So, yeah.
Thank you, all of you sponsor people.
Cool.
Yeah. And the button is right there. So yeah, did that. I've got lots of new Ranma to still catch up on.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I'm really enjoying what they've done with it.
Oh yeah, no, I really enjoy it too. Yeah. So yeah, we're completely caught up, and Kiddo will sometimes watch some of the other episodes, and like I've watched a few of the other episodes too. Again, but in English when I want to hear the voice actors they chose. So, but yeah, no, very cool, very cool. Yeah, right now and when you're caught up there in the middle of the what's his name, Sanzanin and Azusa. The anything goes martial art or anything goes paired figure skating martial arts competition. So
I remember one of the I feel like it was a standalone, like outside of the series, was like a cooking competition, and anything goes cooking competition.
oh no, that's part of the regular series.
It's part of the series. Okay.
Yeah, and then the new Dune series. Yeah, I have not watched any of that, so not even sure what it's on.
The same one with the Dune movies, the remakes.
Oh, the new Dune movies aren't those on HBO?
Yeah, I think HBO. And so the series is also on there.
Okay,
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's like I did see a Black Friday deal for HBO Max of like, 6 months for $3 a month or something. But I don't know if I'd actually, I don't know. I'll let some more episodes come out of Dune, and so some friends tell me if it's worth watching. Other than that, the only shows I want to watch, I already watched most of Our Flag Means Death.
I love that.
There's also another show I want to watch. I think it's on HBO Max named Gentleman Jack. That one looks pretty cool. Bene Gesserit.
Let's see. Yeah, I haven't heard of Gentleman Jack, but watched all of Our Flag Means Death. Really fun.
Yeah.
There are parts in it that reminded me of Fox and that and Julie. So
totally. I gotta start thinking of a character concept that'll work in a Spelljammer.
Right. I'll just incorporate what I like out of it into the current game.
Right on. Cool.
Let's see. Yep.
Yeah, like I've been doing my deep dive on Twin Peaks extras. I'm almost done. I'm not almost. I'm in some ways I'm almost done. In some ways I still have like a ways to go. But like so I've been watching all the extras from the original DVD release of seasons 1 and season 2, and then also the DVD release of Fire Walk with Me, and then the Gold Box edition, which is the pilot and seasons 1 and season 2, and then the Blue Rose edition, which is the first instance of Fire Walk with Me on Blu-ray, I think, including the missing pieces, deleted scenes, and such. And then now I'm in the first release of the Return season 3 Blu-rays. And so far, they've been really good at having all the extras from previous editions and the newer ones, like the Gold Box and like the Blue Rose actually has the movie involved as well as seasons 1 and 2. So that was really cool. And but except for the original season 1 DVD release has commentary on each episode. So not the pilot, because that wasn't in there, and that's not included, but it was the original seasons, episodes 1 through 7, and it's like David Lynch isn't on any of them, but it's like the writers, the directors of those episodes, yada yada, which is really really cool. So hopefully in I also have the entire the entire Mystery Z to A, and we'll see if those show up on there. There's also a Criterion Collection edition of Fire Walk with Me that I don't own, that I'm thinking about picking up a copy of to see what's on there, because I am a super nerd. But
I wonder if there is very much different on it.
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. Ah, man. So yeah, the very beginning of the All Along Agatha starts out like classic TV show murder mystery, and not a lot of nods to Twin Peaks, but Twin Peaks did a lot of a little bit of the trope nods, so this is kind of matches with that.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. And recently I purchased Doom Patrol Season 1 on Blu-ray and Batman Ninja, which I saw the trailer and I'm like, this looks totally sweet. Which is like sort of like The Crow is totally sweet, or Fist of the North Star is totally sweet. So I have not started watching them yet.
Batman Ninja versus Yakuza League.
Mm-hmm.
So is this all on YouTube?
I don't know. Like I got the Blu-ray.
Oh, these are clips. Okay, I see.
Right. I am thinking about. I should probably rewatch Afro Samurai, because I haven't watched that in forever. But yeah, it's like I'm trying to think. It's like my kiddo's 11 and a half. They're just about the right age for me to start showing them things like The Max and Aeon Flux. Yes.
Back to the old days.
Yeah.
The MTV days.
Mm-hmm. Liquid television. Yeah.
See, yeah, we're rolling into the end of 2024.
We are.
So
I'm going to be in town on. I will be available for podcasting on the Mondays. So, if we decide to
take a quick look. Yep, guy might be available. Who knows?
Yeah.
The time difference is so much. I'm not counting on it.
Right.
29 days. Don't let your computers explode.
Right.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. If you're local in town, I think that's the wrong date on there. There will be a Crokinole tournament in my neighborhood down at the VFW, and it's open to the public. I'm running it. So,
cool. When is that?
That's going to be this coming Saturday the 7th. I'm double checking on the time because I thought it was one time, and now I'm looking at this, and it looks like a different time. Okay, starts at 6 p.m.
Yeah, guys made no bones about it. So I don't mind sharing this. Yeah, he's going to be visiting our friend in Japan. I think starting next week. So.
Yeah, so that time difference might mess with his appearance on the shows.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like we're still kind of wondering if we're just going to play D&D. You've got cliffhanger-rific.
Yep.
So it's like, and it actually like works out like to be like, oh yeah, no new episodes till the new year.
Right.
Those old days of broadcast television.
Yeah, we're at a point where if I can't get everybody, I kind of don't want to pick up the next game.
Yeah, right. No, that makes perfect sense, because we keep on having people not there and doing things and yada yada. It's like,
be like, you missed the episode where the main character was shot and then came back, and so you have no idea what they're talking about. Like, it's like missing the last episode of Twin Peaks before you go into the second season.
God, the season 2 opener is amazing. It's like, tell them, Lucy. At least I could find that script or that line.
That's the wrong. There we go.
Let's see.
Right.
It's going to be a bit too much for me to get, but what is it? It's like the mill burned. Leo was shot. Catherine Martell's missing. He's like this whole line of things going on. Pete Martell and Shelley Johnson are in the hospital for smoke inhalation. You were shot. It's like this whole litany of all this stuff, and it's like, my God, how long was I out? It's like, we haven't had a night like this since the Elks Lodge fire of '67.
Yeah, the Dungeon of the Mad Mage. I feel like I had that before I knew Alex was not a fan of Dungeon Cross.
Dungeon crawls have their place. I just tend to, like, if I'm in a dungeon crawling mood, then I'm gonna play like Diablo or something. I don't necessarily need to sit there and roll dice and
It turns the role playing game more into a video game or push miniatures and roll dice game instead of a role playing game. Yeah,
so
I can get that.
I'm here for the role play. But yeah, no, it's fun, and it's also fun to just do once in a while. And I actually, it's cool. Like, I don't know if you're at liberty to say what our player who was having an issue with what had happened to them a few sessions ago. But I do know that you said that you if you want to do like a dungeon crawl for a couple sessions, let's do it.
Yeah, because this is the perfect setup for it.
Yeah.
And it's, in fact, I've already thought that if he's fine with a couple of sessions being part of that, it's a great opportunity to bring in a guest as an NPC who's the person who shows up. He's like, yeah, I'm supposed to escort this person to this place. I'm an adventurer. I was trying to get out of the business, and now I got pulled back in to do this one last job.
I was this close to retirement.
Stupid Vecna sticks his face in my business.
Right. That's what you're calling it, your business. But yeah, I know. Yeah, and yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
You do some stuff, It's cool.
Yeah, I think I it's one of those that baffle me because I don't see the problem. I see it. It's every problem is an opportunity.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, I'll get to use my awesome new 3D map stuff, which would be cool for dungeons and that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll see. I mean, the adventure's on the it's over the top of the roller coaster, and it's nearing the bottom, and so characters are getting close to their level 20 when they can have their big scene and then retire or die or fade off. You die a hero or live long enough to be the villain.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. Yeah.
But okay, yeah, it's at the VFW Post 9644 in Sheridan. Crokinole tournaments December 7th. The Saturday starts at 6 p.m. I recommend showing up a little bit earlier. The entry fee is simply a 2-drink minimum, and non-alcoholic drinks count, which are like $1 for a soda. We're keeping the entry fee super low and the prize super low to try to keep the competitive level really low.
Yeah, so are you going to have Crokinole set up at the Friday party?
I can have one sitting out at the table, yeah.
I just know that we're all three of us are coming, so
yeah, and your kiddo liked it, I think.
So it'd be a little incentive.
Yeah, and Lexi likes it, so if she shows up as well, which I assume she would, and then the two of them can play and face off of the young ones. My kids will play if I beg them to play, but they don't really care about the game.
Right. Yeah. It's been fun. I've been wanting to play some more Magic recently, and I've played a little bit with a couple of my NDK crew, but because they're like, yeah, we're getting together pretty regularly. So like, I'll go on to like our Discord server. I'm like, hey, anybody up for playing Magic in a couple days on Friday night? And crickets. It's like,
I mentioned to our friend who hosted Friendsgiving yesterday, because I saw that they had a box of unopened boosters for Duskborn.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you could do a little sealed play thing with friends, and then of course all the cards are yours afterwards. Because I don't mind opening a pack, making a deck, and then giving the cards back to you afterwards.
Yeah.
And I like that type of tournament play because everybody's at the same level of resources.
Yeah. Seal play is fun. I love seal play. And I was also talking like there was we went to me and one of my crew went to Elysium a few weeks ago, and we were talking, and it was like, I was asking them, like, do you have any Magic leagues? Oh, what do you mean by league play? It's like, well, everybody would come in, and like when you start out, you get like 6 packs of packs that are like in rotation right now, and every week or so, every week or two, you would have the opportunity to buy like another pack and add that to your card pool of available cards. But it's like this kind of thing that y'all would keep all the decks, all the cards, so people can sneak stuff in, and then and then you'd have scoring and all that. It's like, it's like,
It requires paperwork if someone's not into that
yeah,
works there.
yeah. Like I know we did a league, but it was just us, us
Yeah,
being friends,
and we trust
on our
each other, so
system.
we didn't have to stick all the decks in a safe.
Right.
And wasn't part of that. We were at least at one point incorporating that variation of Magic that you had with the cards that would have different effects. They're like 3 different colored sleeves or 4 different colored sleeves. I can't remember what it's called.
Oh yeah, that's the oh gosh. Yeah, that was because we did a couple things that were regularly with Magic. We did this. We did our sealed league. We did that 2-headed giant thing that you'd be paired up with a random
I
random
think
opponents and a random ally.
tribal as well. I think, or tribal commander.
Was that what we were doing? We were doing Theme Commander on that. I don't
think we did.
remember.
I think we did themed commander.
Because I know that
Two-headed giant.
yeah, I was doing dragons, and I remember like my best night was with partnering with June as the spiders. So it's like you had to get through all the big butt spiders with reach to make it to Dragon Mountain. And by the time you got to Dragon Mountain, my deck was finally online. Dragons. Like, did I mention dragons? It's like, what's happening? It's like, I'm going to kill all your creatures, and they're going to turn into dragons. And then I'm going to play this dragon who takes control of all the other dragons.
Elysium is really decent place. It's right a little bit west of Kipling on Alameda. Mm-hmm. My eldest was going there and playing some Kill Team with his buddies. Mm-hmm. And I think our friends who do the superhero card game are there every Friday.
Yep. And then there's supposed to be a regular Magic game at Denver Beer Company in Old Town Arvada, which I'm here for, except that it's like the scheduling is just awful. It's like Sunday, like the regular night right now is like Sunday from like 6 to 9 p.m. And I'm like, got a family, brah.
On a Sunday.
Yeah. It's like, I get it. You can't do a lot when there's tons of people drinking and stuff, but still, come on.
I remember talking to one of the bartenders there because I had that idea that I wanted us to kind of dive into as a offshoot of Geek Tank, where we take each set of Magic and talk about the special abilities. And the bartender guy there said he'd absolutely watch or listen to that kind of podcast because it sounded great.
Yeah. I just think it's funny that like people still don't get how banding works. I'm like, God, it's not that hard.
Yeah. It has 2 slightly different effects, whether you're attacking or blocking. That's all you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
Are you attacking? Then use these rules. If you're blocking, then use these rules.
Mm-hmm. Of course, sometimes it means people just misunderstand rules sometimes. I had somebody one time try to insist to me that since his creature had first strike and he gave it another thing that said first strike, it didn't have double strike. I'm like, no.
That's probably before Double Strike existed too.
No, it was double strike existed. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
but no. But no, I did see something pretty interesting about the new DMG that's got a few rules in it specifically for power gamers, and not like these use this rule set when you have power games, but more like combat is for enemies, not for just like proccing your special abilities or whatever. Another one was something like these are rules meant to facilitate a fun game. They're not a simulation of the laws of physics, like the peasant railgun. It's like, no. Or using these magic abilities to like make infinite money or resources. No. And I was looking at some people commenting on them, and like one of them was like, yeah, we had one of our players decided to try to like bring this up with the GM who is a power gamer, and he said, that's very interesting. No. It's like, and no one like, yeah, it's like, don't yuck other people's yum. Don't try to win the game at the expense of everything else. Like, don't, and like you can, like the session 0 thing. It's like, what kind of game are we having here? Are we trying to try to make characters that are just min-maxed for a certain thing as we're like going through the Dungeon of the Mad Mage? Okay, that's what we're here for. You're here for just heavy RP, and they're going to have like 3 or 4 different classes. Have at. So
I saw this thing where one person it's the DM's resource group on Facebook, and they were saying they felt that Magic was not proactive in the dice rolling for the caster because it's just saving throws by the person being targeted, unless if it's a dexterity spell.
right.
And they were trying to explore homebrew options to change that. I don't think it needs to be changed, but the idea that I thought of was, well, you just, instead of it being a stagnant spell DC save, make it a static save for the player. And if I were doing it, it'd be like, okay, I'm going to make your saving throw on all your stats and that's going to be a static number for one combat or one session. And it could be, today's not your day. You rolled crappy on your wisdom save. So any spell coming at you with the wisdom thing, the caster is going to roll a d20 and add their proficiency bonus and their caster bonus. If they can beat your save, then they would win. But I don't think it's necessary. I don't know if you had players complain about, I don't get to roll enough as a caster. I don't know.
Yeah, rolling dice is fun. And of course, if you already want to play a caster that rolls a lot of dice all the time, then you play the best system ever, Earth Dawn. And but yeah,
problem solved.
Problem solved. I do want to get back to my Earth Dawn game that I was running. I really do. To reconfigure the warp core a little bit. But yeah.
Well, if we do a level per 2 months, which my aim is to go a little faster than that. But if we do that, because you guys are going to hit 17 within the next game or two, like after this big reveal and guest player. And then so you've got a couple of months of 17, couple of months of 18. So about the middle of 2025, maybe a little bit closer to the beginning of 2025 would be when you could switch over to Earth Dawn, because I'm expecting that's when these characters will hit their apex and be put on a shelf.
Cool.
So, and that of course also depends on how many games are we getting per month,
right?
Because I say 2 months per level, but if we get one game a month, that's not going to be that great.
Right. Yeah. No, if my character survives, and she definitely has a life she wants to lead. So.
Should be interesting.
Yeah, my character will not retire. Or at least that's not in her plan. That's not in her desires.
Yeah, it's take on a little less responsibility, but not retire.
Yeah, she definitely wants to do that. And like and at some point, like she would like to be a mother. She probably wouldn't be adventuring a whole lot, but she does want to be a mother at some point and do things. Raise a child. My God.
Oh, cool. Fallout campaign. Was that actually in the official Fallout RPG system, or did you use some other system for that, Bob? Because I know they made a Fallout role-playing game system. That's one that I could see turning into a lot of dungeon crawl-esque type stuff because you have all the
Right.
vaults to go through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, the fun part with that would be trying to come up with drastically different concepts for the vaults.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And especially for people who are the fans of the game, you don't want to retread the stuff that's already been put into the games because they're
Right.
like, I remember this one, blah blah blah.
That's right.
God damn it.
Yep.
Modifius.
Oh yeah, well this vault's in a whale. Ha! What?
Sucker.
Whew. All right.
That's funny. But yeah, I mean, like, I didn't talking about the larger geek world. Like, there's some kind of rumor running around that Elon Musk is planning on buying Hasbro.
I saw that too. I don't know where that's coming from and how much truth is to that. And it's supposedly because he's upset about them woking D&D or something. This is all rumors that I've read. I haven't actually gotten a solid source on this. Teases. Okay, so it sounds like he made a joke about it. So who knows how much he's serious about it?
God, what a douchebag!
Oh yeah,
dude's always been a fucking douchebag. Nothing you ever do will ever make you not a douchebag, except for, actually like working on yourself and not being a douchebag for like decades. But so far, buddy, I mean, come on.
Yeah. I was quickly looking here on Forbes because I figured that would be a pretty solid resource. Wizards of the Coast released the making of the original D&D 1970 to 1977 as part of their 50th anniversary celebration of the game this year. Blah, 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 blah. The opening forward of the book points out that some of the content might be objectionable to some modern audiences. Upon the original release of the book, this section triggered heavy debate on social media. Some readers appreciated the disclosure, while others felt the introduction disrespected Gary Gygax, the person cited as the main creative force behind Dungeons & Dragons. Okay. So, see, it was probably all the talk on Twitter that, whatever he calls it. It's still Twitter to me.
X.
It's going to be Twitter. No, it's X, not Twitter.
Yeah.
The book was offered on heavy discount as an early Amazon Black Friday deal. Okay.
But yeah, it's like.
Yeah, so I guess he whined or something about it.
Gary Gygax. Oh, really? Do you sit there and roll 3 fucking D6 for your attributes and let the dice fall where they may and play that character, and not just re-roll a million fucking times or point buy or nothing? Oh, you don't? You don't let the dice fall where they may? Well, fuck you.
Yeah. You don't have a DM who's constantly trying to kill you and not concerned about story?
Right.
So, don't think you're playing the same game.
Nope.
If you can't accept that people should learn and grow and change for the better, then go away.
Yeah. Twix. Yeah.
TM. Any case. Yeah. One of my dystopian thoughts is that somehow you no longer have to be an American citizen to run for president rules. It's going to get changed over the next 4 years and then set up Elon Musk to come in.
Well, it is, I mean, on the one hand, like the Constitution, like constitutionally, that is not possible. And in order to get an amendment through, talking about the legalese and all that, it would be it's an incredible amount of support that would be needed.
Mm-hmm.
And I use incredible, like it stretches incredulity. But then, of course, things like the Constitution and laws and such are only as good as they're being enforced. So
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah, because a lot of stuff they were finding was only being enforced by just the expectation of norms, and then when challenged more recently, it's like, oh yeah, there is no rule against that. I guess you could do that, but are you really an asshole? Yep. All right. Well, I guess we can't stop you then.
oh, we can't stop
We can't stop you
you.
because there's no actual rule.
Oh, yeah, bunch of fucking pussies.
So so it's possible, and after seeing things that I thought were impossible become possible, I'm no longer convinced that this is going to fall into the category of it's near impossible, it's improbable. No, it's just we want it to be impossible.
Mhm.
Although,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say, I earlier on in like my early 20s, I thought it was kind of a silly rule because I'm like, shouldn't you have the best candidate for the job? If there's someone who wasn't born here, but they have all the right qualifications and they're going to do an awesome job, shouldn't we have them? But you know what? It doesn't matter where you were born. That's not the goal.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with the Democratic Republic, it's not actually about having the best person for the job. It's about putting reasonable people in positions of power. And if they show themselves to be unreasonable or not up to the task, then to have systems in place in order to be able to remove them from power, and then put other hopefully reasonable people in power. God, it's not complicated.
No, but it's apparently not the agreed upon goal.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, when the
Oh,
Hunger
well.
Games come, I'll volunteer as tribute.
Mm. So,
All right. See, we tried to get away from it, and D&D brought us back to it.
sorry,
Oh,
I'm the one who brought up the Beetlejuice. I mean, Elon Musk.
damn it.
Oh, I mean, we're almost to the end of the year. I do want to watch Moana 2. I can't think of any other movies coming out that I want to see, but that's beside the point. There probably are some. But I will say this, that I'm just going to go out there and say the worst movie I will see for the year 2024 was Beetlejuice.
The worst movie I saw was not released in 2024, but I saw it in 2024.
Okay.
I got to look up the name, make sure I
We'll
get it right.
revisit. We'll revisit.
I was going to
closer to the
say
end
what
of
it
the
is
year.
in case anybody wants to watch it. It's made in 2023. Is Nicolas Cage, called The Retirement Plan. And on the surface, it sounded like the kind of movie I would like. And there were maybe a total of 10 or 15 minutes in the movie that I'm like, I kind of wish I just watched those clips on YouTube.
Oh no!
It's because it got to a point where I started fast forwarding because the dialogue was bad. It's like, oh, okay, I see what's going to happen next. There it goes. It just happened. Nothing was a surprise. And it's one of those where I'm like, why am I not making movies in Hollywood? Oh yeah,
Right place, right time.
Right place, right time.
The Tuesday Classic. Sorry, Turner. The Tuesday Classic movie for tomorrow is the 2000 version of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. All right.
Okay. Yeah, we'll let Guy know we're going to talk bad movies next time, or something like that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we can always wait till later on in the year. I was just like, what's coming up soon? Polar Express, Elf.
That's already been made. Oh, you mean?
No, these are Tuesday Classic movies. So
Oh, Tuesday Classic.
Harkins, 14.
Oh, right.
$5
Yeah.
movies.
Go
I saw
see 'em.
Blade. It was awesome.
I remember
I
you
hadn't seen
saying
Blade
that.
in the theater since I saw Blade in the theater in 1997, and it still holds up. So, but yeah, no, yeah, Polar Express, then Elf, and then Christmas Vacation, and then Gremlins.
Oh,
I might go see Gremlins in the theater.
I'm assuming they're not doing Die Hard.
Not this year.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah. Cool. So
What day are they doing Gremlins?
So that'll be, I guess. Hold on. What's is that the 31st? Hold on. Yeah, it might be the 31st. Might be New Year's Eve.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I might be too busy getting the place ready to go to a movie that
Right.
day.
They get too busy getting us ready for karaoke.
Yeah. Otherwise, because Nick hasn't seen it and he's going to be back in town, so I was thinking of taking him to see it at a movie
Oh,
theater.
yeah.
Um,
But yeah, I mean,
we'll see.
yeah.
If it's like a noon, maybe I could pull it off. So.
Usually their Tuesday classic movies are 7 and 7:15.
Oh, okay.
So.
Oh well.
Sorry.
That's okay. All right, guys. This is the end of the show. We're 4 minutes past. Guy wasn't here, so I didn't have to force it. Rolling out. Thanks for watching the show. I got to get the right button up here because I'm doing both saying bye and everything. We'll be back next Monday. We're probably going to take a break because I feel like Christmas Eve falls on a Monday.
Let me look.
So we'll probably skip that show.
No, Christmas Eve is on a Tuesday.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe we won't skip that show then. Alrighty. Well, everybody have a good night. We'll talk to you later. I've been Troy.
And I've been Alex.
And this is Geek Tank.